Giuseppe Todeschini, born on August 28, 1943, in Brescia, Italy, was introduced to the world of football at a very young age. Growing up in the northern region of Italy, Todeschini's passion for the sport developed alongside the increasing popularity of football in Italy. His family was not particularly involved in the sport, but the local football culture, especially in Brescia, played a significant role in shaping his love for the game. Todeschini began playing football at local clubs in Brescia and was known for his versatility on the field. As a young player, he was admired for his intelligence and tactical understanding of the game. His early training focused on developing his technical skills, particularly his passing, positioning, and awareness on the pitch. His career as a player was modest, and after a few years of playing in the lower leagues, Todeschini's true calling emerged in a different area of the sport. Coaching. Transition into coaching. After a short-lived playing career, which included stints in lower Italian divisions, Todeschini made the natural transition into football coaching. His understanding of the game, coupled with a desire to mentor and develop young players, led him to pursue a coaching career. His early coaching years were spent in local youth teams, where he gained valuable experience working with young talent and honing his tactical knowledge. Todeschini quickly built a reputation for his ability to connect with players, instilling discipline and a strong work ethic within his teams. His coaching style was based on a solid defensive foundation, coupled with fast counter-attacking play, principles that were highly regarded in Italian football at the time. His commitment to teaching the technical aspects of the game and his clear communication with players were key elements in his growing coaching success. Todeschini's first major managerial opportunity came in the early 1980s, when he was appointed as head coach of Brescia Calcio, the club where he had once played. His move to Brescia was not only symbolic due to his personal history with the club, but it also marked the beginning of a significant chapter in his coaching career. Coaching career peak, 1981–1983. Todeschini's time as head coach of Brescia Calcio between 1981 and 1983 marked the peak of his career. Upon his arrival at the club, Brescia was in a transitional phase. The team had been struggling to maintain its position in Serie A and had not been able to break into the upper echelons of Italian football for several years. Todeschini's mission was clear: to bring stability and competitiveness back to Brescia and improve their standing in Italy's top league. He implemented a tactical system that focused on solidifying the defense while utilizing quick transitions in attack. Todeschini's style was rooted in a disciplined approach, emphasizing team unity and defensive solidity. His teams were difficult to break down, and they thrived on capitalizing on their opponents' mistakes. He also placed significant emphasis on fitness, believing that a well-conditioned team could outlast more technically skilled opponents. Under his leadership, Brescia experienced a renaissance of sorts. In the 1981–1982 season, Todeschini's team exceeded expectations by securing a mid-table finish in Serie A. This was a remarkable achievement for a club that had struggled in recent years and found itself battling relegation. Brescia's solid defensive record was a testament to Todeschini's methods, and the team's ability to stay competitive in Serie A earned him respect throughout Italian football. In the 1982–1983 season, Brescia continued to impress, finishing in the top half of Serie A performance that exceeded the club's expectations at the time. His tactical discipline and effective use of his squad allowed him to maintain a competitive edge against some of the best teams in Italy. While Brescia did not win any major trophies during Todeschini's tenure, his work helped elevate the club's profile and proved that a well-organized team could challenge Italy's football elite. Todeschini's success at Brescia also marked the peak of his coaching career. His reputation as a coach who could bring the best out of his players and organize a team to compete against the top sides in Serie A became widely recognized. His ability to instill discipline and tactical awareness in his teams, along with his focus on the fundamentals of the game, were key elements in his approach. Main achievements. During his time at Brescia Calcio between 1981 and 1983, Todeschini achieved several key milestones and accomplishments that solidified his legacy as a respected coach in Italian football. Mid-table success in Serie A. In his first season in charge, Todeschini led Brescia Calcio to a mid-table finish, a remarkable achievement for a club that had struggled to maintain a strong position in the league. His team's solid defensive performances and disciplined approach were key to their success. Top half finish in 1,982-1,983. In his second season, Todeschini guided Brescia to another impressive finish in Serie A, securing a top half finish. This was a significant accomplishment for a club that had not consistently performed well in Italy's top flight. His tactical setup allowed Brescia to be competitive against some of Italy's best teams. Defensive stability. One of Todeschini's main achievements was his ability to organize the team defensively. Brescia became known for being difficult to break down, with the coach instilling a sense of discipline in his defenders and midfielders. This defensive resilience allowed them to stay competitive even when facing stronger opposition. Development of young players. Todeschini also focused on developing young talent, giving opportunities to promising players and incorporating them into the first team. His ability to nurture and develop players was a key feature of his coaching philosophy. Tactical innovation. Todeschini's tactical approach, which emphasized defensive organization and quick transitions, was ahead of its time. His ability to adapt to the strengths and weaknesses of his opponents helped his team punch above its weight in Serie A. His tactical awareness was highly regarded by his peers in the coaching community. The final years of coaching. After his success at Brescia, Todeschini's career took a downward turn, and he moved away from top-flight management. In the mid-1980s, following a brief period at Brescia, he took on coaching roles at smaller clubs in Italy, where his achievements were less pronounced. While he still maintained a solid reputation as a tactical coach, Todeschini found it challenging to replicate the same level of success with less financially robust clubs. Despite these challenges, Todeschini remained dedicated to the sport and continued to coach in the lower divisions, where he worked with clubs fighting against relegation and striving for promotion. While his later years in management didn't bring the same recognition or acclaim as his time at Brescia, he remained committed to his coaching philosophy and continued to work diligently in developing the next generation of players. Todeschini eventually retired from football management in the late 1980s, after spending several years coaching lower league teams in Italy. His departure from professional football was quiet, as he chose to step away from the high-pressure environment of Serie A and focus on more localized roles. Todeschini was always known for his humility and dedication to the game, and his exit from football management was in line with his reserved personality.